Adrienne Floreen, and I'm here today with Donald, one of my cats, and several of my other cats, to talk about the presidential election. Who will win the presidential election? Well, I'm predicting that Hillary Clinton is going to win the presidential election, but Donald Trump, not Donald my cat, might also win. As you can see from this news article, they're both the least popular candidates of all time. Hillary Clinton is a horrible person. She's a corrupt politician, and I'm not even going to list all of the ways that she's corrupt, because all you have to do is look it up on the internet, and you can find a lot of things wrong with Hillary Clinton. So how is Hillary Clinton going to win the election? Well, she's running against Donald Trump. So a lot of people, even people who know she's terrible, are going to vote for her because they think that she is the lesser of two evils. But what a lot of people don't realize is that Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are actually working together. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are good friends. He's been a big supporter of her in the past, including when she ran for the presidential election the last time. See? There's a picture of the best friends together. And several more can be found online. See, there's another one, and another one. So the two of them got together, and Hillary Clinton asked her good friend Donald Trump, "Hey, would you want to run for president against me and just be the most horrible candidate you could possibly be and say the most horrible things to help me win the election?" Donald Trump said, "Yeah, I'd love to do that." They shook hands or sealed the deal in blood. Who knows? I mean, if you've seen some of the things I've seen on the internet recently about, like, spirit cooking and all the weird stuff that Hillary Clinton is involved in, for all you know, they could have sealed the deal in blood. But in one way or the other, they sealed the deal. And he went on to be the Republican candidate, and she went on to be the Democratic candidate, and he has just made himself look so horrible that nobody in their right mind would ever consider voting for him. So if you're considering voting for him, you're crazy, just to let you know. Or perhaps brainwashed by the media. And the saddest thing is that a lot of people, including probably me, are going to have to vote for her. Even though they already know about what I'm telling you right now. So Donald Trump doesn't become America's next president. Because the idea of Donald Trump becoming president really scares a lot of people, including me. Back in 2000, I actually voted for Ralph Nader. And I didn't realize at the time, because I was 18 years old, and it was the first election that I'd ever voted in, that voting for Ralph Nader was taking a vote away from Al Gore and would help George Bush to win the election. If I had known that, I might have voted for Gore, but it probably wouldn't have mattered because Bush basically stole the election anyway. I was working with the Green Party at the time, and I even went to one of Ralph Nader's campaign speeches in Red Bank, New Jersey. And I remember that Ralph Nader said that the Democrats and the Republicans were just two heads on a two-headed monster. And I was like, yeah, I totally agreed with that. And because Ralph Nader said that, I voted for him. Not realizing that most people who vote for third-party candidates would normally vote for the Democratic candidate. So those people are basically taking votes away from the Democrats, which can skew the election in favor of the Republican candidate. So Ralph Nader made his famous two-headed monster statement, and he said that he was different. He wasn't part of that monster. And that was one of the things that inspired me to vote for him. And I still totally agree with that statement, especially since it's obvious that Hillary Clinton and Trump are working together in this election, and it's obvious that the primaries of both parties were rigged, probably by the same people who are secretly working together or secretly controlling the whole thing. Because the Democrats and Republicans aren't quite two heads on a two-headed monster. As I've said in some of my other videos, they're more like two heads on a multi-headed monster. But I'm still telling this story because of all the people that I know, both in real life and on Facebook, who are considering voting for Bernie Sanders as a write-in, or one of the other third-party candidates. You don't want your vote for a third-party candidate to be a vote for Donald Trump. I regret voting for Ralph Nader because it helped George Bush win the election. And I don't want you to make that same mistake by voting for Bernie Sanders as a write-in or voting for one of the third-party candidates. Even though I actually really like some of the alternative candidates, they really don't have a chance of winning. So if you vote for one of them, you're basically going to be voting for Donald Trump. Because you're going to be taking away votes from the Democratic Party, from Hillary Clinton, the only person who has a hope of defeating him. But with all of this said, I really think that the election is rigged anyway. I don't think that my vote really counts, even though I vote every year. But although I regret voting for Ralph Nader, I do not regret voting for Barack Obama. The Republican candidates really were worse, and although I think Obama is still pretty terrible, the sad thing is that almost all politicians, especially if you're talking about the major ones, are corrupt. They're all part of the same secret cults and secret societies, and they're all basically in it for the money. And no matter how good they seem to be, and no matter what good things they seem to say, they're probably lying, and if you knew the truth about them, you probably wouldn't vote for them. Anyway. So Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump made this deal. And I assume that the deal was that he was going to help her become president. So I assume she's going to win. But if he wins, it might mean that the majority voted for him, or it might mean that a lot of people who normally would have voted for Democrats voted for Bernie Sanders as a write-in or a third-party candidate, which skewed the vote, as voting for Nader skewed the vote and helped Bush win. Or it might mean that Donald Trump went back on his deal with Hillary. So that's it. That's my prediction. Please like this video, share this video, watch my other videos on YouTube, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.